The word date was coined, inadvertently it seems, by George Add, a columnist for the Chicago Record in 1896. During this time, George interviewed a local grocery clerk named Artie. Artie detailed his love life by professing he had met the woman of his dreams. He had fallen head over heels in love, and he was currently courting her for the pursuit of marriage. Unfortunately for Artie, he had recently found out the love of his life had been seeing other men. Thus, George, the interviewer, proclaimed, "I suppose the other boys are filling your dates." Thus, coining the word date and dating. Prior to 1896, courtship was a matter of family and community interest. Courtship equaled finding the most eligible, capable man with status, money, and other titles to marry. Family and society would frown on marrying for love. That was never a thing. Fast forward to nowadays, and love is leading the charge for dating and finding an intimate partner. With some of the highest statistics in divorce and relationship failures, it begs the question, are we dating right? Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Samology. If this is your first time here, welcome. As you just saw from the intro, we're going to be talking about dating. So gone are the days where dating was easy. Dating was simple. You had like 3 choices and it was what it was. Those days are long gone. Now there's 18 million trillion people to sift through to find Mr. Right.
I really just don't see the value and the return on dating and this world's system when it comes to being unmarried, right? This whole idea of dating people. I don't think they talk enough about how it chips away at women, and sometimes it happens unknowingly.
Now it is an endless array of buffoons that you have to kiss in order to meet your Prince Charming. And forget the frogs, now we're having to kiss buffoons. And tons of them in order to find somebody decent. I had a guy tell me this the other day. He said, men, we can sleep with women and have 0 emotions. Could care less about her. Don't even know her name. She could get hit by a train tomorrow. We could care less. Who is she? I don't know her.
How many times have you had sex with a woman? And my wife was astonished when I used to talk about this and be like, yeah, I never even liked her. As soon as you bust a nut, you like, how, what am I going to say? Please let my phone ring so I can make up a lie to get out this mother.
Men are easily able to separate their emotions from their logic, okay? And in dating, in this day and age, you have to as well. You have to separate your emotions and think more logically. It's all about leaving your emotions out of it. Emotions, whew, ladies, emotions, that's our weak spot. See, and men know this. They know we are extremely emotional creatures. And because they know this, they play upon it. And we are left putty in their hands. No, 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 no. They're good. See, they know how to play on our emotions. And next thing you know, we're like doing things we don't even normally do. Get all that out, okay? Take out the emotions and you will start to use logic. See, this is what men do. They don't get emotional about things. Well, A plus B equals C. There's no other common denominator but A plus B equals C. That's it. That's the only thing that we're looking at. So we don't care if he's got dimples. We don't care if he's got the prettiest coiffed hair or a 6-pack. We don't care about none of that, okay? We need to dig a little deeper. Now, how do we do this? Well, that leads me into step 2, vetting. Lord, vetting. I don't think women, we vet. I don't think that even exists. I think we just meet people and we're just like, we're just gonna go with the flow. Like, I'm just gonna see if we vibe, right? That's what we pretty much do. Since we have no strategy, 9 times out of 10, our vetting is just our chemistry. That's our vetting. Like, I'm just gonna wait and see if we have chemistry. Who knows? I'm just leaving it up in the air. And we do that because society frowns upon women that know what they want and have standards because men run society. So if your average man is making 40,000 and you're running around here and saying, I don't want 40,000, I want 100,000, then of course the men that are the majority are going to be like, shut her up. We can't have women having standards. What is going to happen when they have standards? Then they're not going to want. How am I going to get one? Their property, right? I should easily, readily be able to get one. So when women stand up and they're like, no, I have standards. Like, I want a man that has X, Y, and Z. Then a lot of men are like, oh, no. You should just settle for anything. Settle for any type of man. I don't care if you've got to pick him up on the side of the street, homeless. Pick him up. Build a man. Build him up. You can do it. You're a woman, for God's sakes. Build his ass up, and then once you build him up, now he may or may not leave you for a young, hot, pretty thing. Now that he's been built up, and now that he has money, and now that he's established, and now that he knows that you had to build him up, and in your eyes, you're looking at him as the project. You know, he was your project. So he never can feel like you have that respect for him. So what does he do? He goes out and he gets a young, hot thing and leaves you in the dumpster where you found him. That's 9 times out of 10 how that story ends. When you build up a man, normally you're building him up for another woman. I mean, statistically, building a man never works, right? But society, aka other men, want you to believe that will work. They want you over there building up as many men as you can possibly do. So when they leave your ass and you're old and dried up and raggedy, they've used you up. So now you're old, raggedy, and through, and they don't want you anymore. They've already used you. They've got your good years. They got you working and muling for them. So now they're good, right? Now they're good. Okay? Now you can take care of the kids and the grandkids and live alone or die alone, right? Like they say. Having standards and vetting will lead you down the right path. If you don't have any standards and you're not vetting men, it's every single time going to lead you down the wrong path. Every single time without fail. I've never heard someone say, I had no standards, no values. I didn't vet anybody. I just hopped in anybody's car, did whatever anybody wanted, and it ended well for me. I've never heard that. There might be a one-off, but that's going to be very rare. Normally those women, it ends bad. So you definitely want to vet. And what vetting means is pre-qualify the men before dating. You don't pre-qualify after. It's before. Don't step your pretty little toe out of your vehicle to go on a date with the man until you vetted. Now, vetting is not like, oh, you vetted him, so it must be true. Like, he must be a great guy. No, vetting does not equal he's got to be a great guy. There's nothing wrong with him. He didn't lie to you when you asked him questions. Obviously, he can lie like a dog. Obviously, he can play you with his mind games, right? All that's obvious. But the point of vetting is to try to circumvent as much as possible any BS. So you need to be vetting at all times. It's not a guarantee that this man's not going to be a loser, but it will help you to narrow down the decent men from the not decent men, if nothing else. Okay. On my website, I do have a free before the date checklist that's going to help you to vet. So you want to vet. You should be listening. What is he saying? What does that mean? What context is he using that? You literally are turning into a sleuth. Keep in mind, this is only the biggest decision you're ever going to make in your life. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to investigate. Yeah, if you're thinking like, oh, this is a lot. Yeah, you got to investigate, okay? The fairy tales don't really exist. Those are just made up by men that are in a room writing things that they think women want to hear. The rom-coms are just a group of men in a room, in a boardroom, sitting up with their feet kicked up, trying to figure out, well, what would a woman want? A knight in shining armor? A man that pulls up with a horse and carriage and buggy? That's what I think women would want. Like, that's all that's happening. But that's not real life. Relationships are never perfect. But if you meet the right person, if you do your due diligence, you can at least find somebody that you're compatible with. So the number one thing while you're vetting is you're looking for character. That's why I say looks are great and looks really get you in the mood, okay? Looks get you excited, they get you revved up, but looks come and go. Okay, we need to start looking for character. Will he be there for me when I'm sick? Will he support me? Will he protect me? Will he provide for me? Will he ever really be able to love me? Is he narcissistic? Is he a gaslighter? These are all the things you're finding out during the vetting process. All these are little clues that are going to add together to formulate, is he the type of person you would really want to be with? So what we're going to start doing is listening. This is so important, guys. A lot of times when we're talking, we're giving away the keys to the castle. We're letting him know all of our issues, our woes. He's vetting us, basically. Because we're talking and we're talking. Oh, my day at work was just so rough. Like, I was talking to my coworker. I can't stand her, by the way. She's just evil. Everyone's always mean to me. They're just so jealous. Like, you're just giving him away all this information and he's just like, okay, really? Tell me more. Okay. They're all jealous of you, right? Mm-hmm. He knows how to gaslight you now. Oh, they're just jealous of you. So, yeah, that's why. You should do this. You should do that. You should not even show up. Just call in. They're all jealous of you. He knows how to play you now that you've given the keys to the castle away. So instead of doing all the talking, you should be doing all the listening. Your talking should be asking questions and engaging him in conversation. Like, really? Oh, wow. Oh, I've always wanted to do that. Really? How was it? That's all you're doing. You're just drawing him in, right? Drawing him in with your questions. So definitely stop talking as much and start listening. And he's going to tell you everything you've ever wanted to know. And remember, silence is a virtue. Okay, so next up, you want to rotational date. Now, if you've been on this channel before, you know I'm a big proponent for rotational dating. Love it. Again, I have to give it up to the guys because they do a really good job of this. They rotational date. Most men aren't just dating one girl. They're not going on Tinder, right? Swiping on Tinder and saying, okay, I like her. Let's go out tomorrow. They go out with her and they're like, I can't go out with any other girl. I'm done. I don't even want to see another girl. I'm done. I can't go out with anybody. I've already got a Tinder date this week. I can't. Are you kidding me? They are booking it. Okay, Cindy on Monday, Barbara on Tuesday, Shanitra on Thursday, and Sarah on Thursday with Shanitra. Like, they are not playing no games. Okay, they know how to rotational date. I don't know why us women, we have a hard time with this. You should be rotational dating. And if you don't know what that is, basically that's dating multiple men. Not just dating one guy, dating multiples until you find the right one. When a guy is willing to take you off the market, when a guy is willing to commit, and for me, commitment is an engagement ring, a promise to marriage. When a guy is ready to commit to you, that's when you take yourself off the market. You're not off the market if you've got a boyfriend. That doesn't take you off the market. What is a boyfriend? Schmoyfriend. Like, boyfriend is just another word for a guy that you're dating. So boyfriend doesn't take you off the market. Fiance can take you off the market. Husband takes you off the market. Until then, let's say I met a guy on Tinder. We've been dating for a month. I really like him. He's cute. He's smart. He's everything I've ever wanted, right? Great. Good for me. I pop into Whole Foods for a rotisserie chicken grab and some pita bread. And I bump into Jose. Okay, now Jose, not really my type. He's a little older. He's in his mid-50s. But Jose engages me in conversation and then asks for my number. Am I going to A, be like, oh, Jose, I am dating Taekwon. I am so sorry, Jose. I'm with Taekwon. We've dated for a month. Or am I going to say, literally, this camera just died, so if everything looks different or sounds different, sorry. Anyways, back to the story. So I was saying, if Juan comes up to you at Whole Foods, are you open to Juan or are we turning Juan away? And the answer is, we're open to Juan. Even though Taekwon is in the picture, we don't know what the hell Taekwon's doing all around in these streets. Like, he hasn't committed to us. There's no commitment there. There's no reason why he should be loyal to me or vice versa. Dating means absolutely nothing except for you're dating a person to see if they are capable of marriage with you, to see if this might be a viable candidate for marriage. We're not dating them for kicks and giggles. So if they're not on the marriage bandwagon, if they're not wanting to commit to you for a long-term commitment, whether it be marriage or not, because some people aren't into marriage, okay, whatever, just a long-term commitment then. But I personally am a proponent for marriage. But if he's not open to that, if he's not making strides for that, and he's trying to keep you in a girlfriend level, of course you should be dating. You should be dating anyone and everyone that meets your criteria. So if Juan comes up to me, okay, Juan, let's see where this goes. Let's see. Let's chit chat. Yes, let's chop it up. Let's see where this may go. You never know. Prince Charming might be at Whole Foods. So yeah, if I'm dating someone 6 months, a year, and someone else pops up and wants to take me out or wants to entertain, maybe building something together, and they are a viable candidate, meaning I've pre-qualified them, I've vetted them, and they meet my criteria, yes, I'm going to be open to dating them. Sure. Why would I not? I would be a fool not to. So we want to leave our options open. And in doing that, I also want to mention on a sidebar, I don't even know why I have to say this, but you should be opening your options to everyone. Things like race shouldn't matter. Juan might be Latin American, but if Juan meets all my criteria, right? If Juan fills my love tank, if Juan has everything I've been looking for, am I going to say, no, you're not dark and tall and dark skinned? Sorry. No. We have to start opening up our options, because a lot of times what you'll find out when you open up your options, you're going to find out the guy you least expected, the guy that you've always been like, I don't really do big men. Like, I just don't, that's not my thing, right? The guy you least expected, the underdog, will be the true champion. That's going to be the one that like blows your socks off. That's going to be the one that's going to fulfill every need that you have. And you're going to be like, I've been missing out. I said no to white guys. I said no to Asian guys. I said no to redheads. And looky here. This one done blew my mind. This one has exceeded every expectation I've ever imagined, because I gave him a shot. So when it comes to looks, definitely open up your options. You will be amazed. Trust me, I'm telling you, you'll be amazed. You will be like, I can't believe I've been missing out this whole entire time. These men, honey child, baby, like, you will be shocked and amazed. That's all I'm going to say. We'll talk more about that on another day, but definitely do not pigeonhole yourself with a subset group and say, I will only date tall men. I will only date black men. I will only date Asian men. No. We can't do that nowadays, because nowadays it's too spread out. And men are dating any and everything. Men are not sitting around here saying, I will only date. They will date and sleep with and be intimate with and have babies with any and everybody. But a lot of women are like, not going to try that. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want to look at it, especially black women, when it comes to interracial dating. They're like, we don't want no parts. I don't want to see it, touch it, feel it. No, I want my black king. That's all I want. And in reality, ladies, you got to open your options. You really have no choice nowadays, because the black kings is dating any and everybody. Every exotical known to man, any and everything in town, from men to women to transgender, they're open to everything. Okay? So we have to open our options as well. Gone are the days where we can be really picky when it comes to the look of a man. Those days are gone. You got to open your, if you've always dated a tall man, you might have to open up your options to the short man. Just get him some heels. Get him some man heels or some cowboy boots and giddy up. Let's go. Giddy up. You better prance with these 3-inch cowboy boots, good sir. We got to be open nowadays. Okay, you got competition. You got other people vying for all the same group of men. So you have to be more flexible when it comes to the look of a man. Last but not least is being feminine. Okay. Now, I know a lot of men talk online about being feminine. And they're like, we want a feminine woman. Women need to be more feminine. We want femininity. We just want a feminine woman. Right? They talk a lot online, especially these red pillar men. I'm going to tell you one thing right now, actually, on a side note, is stop listening to people that do not have your best interest. Okay, that needs to be a rule too. Stop listening to these gurus and all these people that are spewing out hatred. They're spewing out women ain't this, women ain't that. I hate women, 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 women. We getting our passports and we leaving women. We don't want no American women. Like all these men, you need to disregard them. Pay them dust. No mind. Okay, they're nothing and nobody to you. Get them out of your universe because number one, they don't mean you well. It's just a money grab. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's just a money grab. These men that get online and spew hatred towards women are making a killing. I wish if you don't know now, you know. They're making 10, 20, 100,000 a month to get online and talk their shit. They're not doing it for fun. They're not doing it for kicks and giggles. They're not doing it because they're passionate. They're doing it to make the money. They're doing it because the coin is good. And honestly, if any one of us were proposed to bash men and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, I'm sure some of us would take that offer. Now, I wouldn't because I believe in energy and all this stuff, like what goes around comes around. So I wouldn't personally do it. But there's tons of people that do it, that would do it. I mean, that's more money than most people will make in a year. So most of these people that get online spewing out women ain't this, and they need to be more feminine, and you a 5 at best, you a 4, you should take any old kind of man that comes your way. But then you ask them what type of woman they want, they got all these standards. Oh no, she gotta be the table, she gotta, what is she bringing, she gotta look like this, and she gotta have this, and she need to have her own, and she need to... But wait, why do I gotta take nothing, but yet you got all these standards and requirements and you're the man? Like, wait, what? So yeah, so it's really just a money grab. They found a group of men that have had trouble their whole life dating women, finding a woman, women being attracted to them. And so they found that group of men that are willing to cling on to, you're right. It's not me. It's her. It's all these mean, dirty women. It's not me. Heaven forbid it's me in the fact I live at home in the basement and play video games all day. It's not me. It's her. And her mean, not feminine ass. Like, so that's how they get the audience that they get, because there's a lot of men out there that have trouble dating women. And women, we know that because we've probably been on a date or two with a few of these men that have had trouble in communication, trouble with hygiene, trouble with just having basic conversation. It's like pulling teeth to talk to some of these men. You're like, are you human? Why can't you have a legitimate general conversation? So they take these men and they play upon the fact that they're weak.
Do men like women anymore? Do you still lust over them? Do you still fantasize over them? I see so much talk on these apps about how much women don't deserve, and these women today aren't the same as the old, and women are not worth it. Focus on yourself. So I'm curious, do men really like women? Or are you battling between being bisexual, homosexual? Because I can't see how straight men could complain about women so much on social media. Or is it you just have bad taste in women because you're not a good man? I have no complaints on women because I've never dated such horrible women. Yeah, you might get one bad ex, but if your track record of women is that bad, you need to blame your mother and blame your dating history, because there's no way a straight heterosexual man can get on an app, put a camera phone in his face, and start bashing and complaining about women and telling men, hey, don't focus on women, don't be a simp, don't spend money, don't take them on vacation, don't invest your time. I've seen a recent content creator that's gaining a lot of notoriety for bashing women and telling men to steal from them. That same content creator came out as bisexual. So that lets me know that every man in his comments that agrees with him, that doesn't know he's bisexual, is the same as him. And that's why I say men who bash women are not straight men. And that's the problem that we're having. A lot of men are just getting advice from bold bisexual men with a camera who have loud voices. Because let me tell you something. There is no man that actually gets women that would ever put a camera phone in his face and talk ill on women publicly. Because we all know, even if you're talking about a certain demographic of women, the other women that you do like, that were attracted to you, aren't attracted anymore because you're bashing women. Stay bozo free.
So anyway, so just a sidebar is stop listening to people that I wouldn't argue with them. I wouldn't give them a click. I wouldn't give them a view. I would not give them your energy. You should be focused on listening and being around people that have your best interest, that want you to win, that are giving you solutions on how to solve any problems you might have. And that involves family, friends, coworkers. Stay away from people that have negative energy and that do not wish you the best. That's my best advice, period, for everything going on in your life. Stay away from those people. They don't mean you well, and their negative energy, their bad energy will transfer on to you. And so although, like I just said, a lot of these men, these red pillars, get online and they're like, you need to be more feminine. Like that's their only justification, is you're just not feminine. Okay. So the problem with that is they don't even know what femininity is. They're literally confusing femininity with being submissive. They don't want a feminine woman. They want a submissive woman. They want a woman that's like on all floors. Master, what would you like today? What would you like to drink? They don't want the girl that's like, I can't work. I'm on my cycle this week. I can't even work. I have to lay in the bed and relax, in my femininity. They don't want that for sure. Get your ass up and work. They want you working, okay? So they don't want feminine, right? They want submissive. They want, once you get off of your 18-hour shift, they want you in that kitchen cooking. Whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Then he wants to be able to bend you over and do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. That's not feminine. Okay? There's no femininity in that. That's submissiveness. Okay? They want you saying, yes, sir. Bark like a dog? Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They want an artificial intelligent girlfriend. It's really what they want, like a robot. They don't want a human woman because what they're asking for is not even plausible. Okay, you can't have me working all day so I can pay half the bills for you and then come home, cook, clean, take care of the kids, take care of you. Then you're mad that I'm masculine, but you want me being masculine because you want me working and paying half the bills and paying for dates and paying for trips and paying for your PlayStation lifestyle. Like, make up your mind, sir. So anyways, back to being feminine. Get on a rant. But being feminine consists of resting in your femininity. This is our biggest power, ladies. Once you've learned the art of being feminine, everything that you've ever wanted, you can have. And this is why I know these men don't want you to be feminine. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't even know what femininity is. Because when you're feminine, you hold the power over him. You are in the driver's seat, and you're driving without even touching the wheel. That's the beauty of being feminine. You are driving and you never had to touch the wheel, okay? He doesn't want you feminine because that's where our power resides, ladies, in our femininity. But before this camera dies, because I have a sneaking suspicion it's trying to die on me again. It's like the third time it's died. But before it dies, I will be covering all of these extensively, so don't worry. We're going to go over these in great detail. I've got a lot of videos coming for you throughout this year, so I'm back. I took a little hiatus. I take hiatuses from YouTube a lot. A lot. But I'm back and I'm excited for this year. All the content that I have prepared. I think we've got a lot of great topics that we need to talk about amongst us girls. Anyways, hopefully you like this video, and if you did, stay tuned. There's more to come. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed, because there's all kind of goodies on this channel if you haven't noticed already, like chock full of goodies. And as always, I will see you beautiful ladies later. Bye.